What's up, family? Man, I bless each and every one of you. May God continue to guide you, comfort you, and aid you in your growth and development, as well as the healing stages of your life. Family, man, we have to grow up. There's no sugarcoating it. You know what I mean? It is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be. We have to grow up emotionally. We have to understand that you're not perfect. You're not ever going to be perfect. So many of us, man, because we've messed up so much, we're striving for perfection. Because we've messed up so much, because we've done the most and we've gone through the most, man, we have this mentality of I got to get my shit right and da-da-da. And yes, we do have to get our shit right. We have to grow the fuck up emotionally. But understand, you're not going to be perfect. You're not going to be perfect. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. I don't give a fuck what anybody else talking about. You are not going to be perfect. We have to understand that. Stop being so hard on yourself because you're not perfect. There's a difference in loving you and accepting you and embracing the fact that, man, I got some work to do. That's different from being so hard to where I'm always tearing myself down. I'm always invalidating myself and dismissing and minimizing my accomplishments because it didn't happen fast enough. You know what I mean? We have to grow the fuck up. That's not real self-love when you're always tearing yourself down, when you're always putting yourself down, when you're always invalidating your accomplishments, when you're minimizing your accomplishments. Oh, man, you did da-da-da. Yeah, but it's not da-da-da, and it's not this, and it's not that. It's like, man, that's not a form of self-love. That's not humility. That's self-hatred. And we have to grow the fuck up and understand that. We have to grow up. Man, if you've been following my channel for a while, man, I started meditating 30 years ago. 30 years ago while I was in Guam, scuba diving. God showed me the purpose of meditating. God showed me what it's like to meditate. I was out in the water, we're going out, and the waves were choppy, and it was just crazy. And it's like, man, it was rough out here, you know what I mean? We got like 15 feet up under the surface, and man, it was so calm, so peaceful, so beautiful. It's like, man, I was in a total different world. The colors of the fish and the plants and everything was so vibrant, so beautiful. And yet when I was at the sky, when I was above the water, the sky was gray and just gloomy, and the waves are crashing all around us. And 15 feet under the water, under the surface of the water, everything was calm, everything was beautiful, everything was peaceful, everything was vibrant. You can't even tell that 15 feet above you, the waves are crashing, just throwing everything around. The fish had no fucking idea that above them 15 feet was a fucking storm. And God showed me, Elijah, this is what meditating is. This is the purpose of meditating. This is what meditation does for you. Elijah, I don't give a fuck what's going on around you. I don't give a fuck what the world is going through. I don't give a fuck what your finances look like. I don't give a fuck what the doctors are talking about. I don't give a fuck what your job is talking about. I don't give a fuck what your raggedy ass kids and parents are talking about. Elijah, understand, when you calm yourself and you go within, nothing on the surface fucking matters. When you go within yourself. You see, so many of us, we're diving into fucking religion. We're diving into relationships and all this other shit, looking for fucking peace, looking for fucking joy, looking for fucking happiness. We're going there today. We're going there. And what God had to show me was, Elijah, sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up, humble yourself, and listen. Listen. Pay attention to your fucking surroundings. Pay attention to nature. Understand, I don't give two fucks what's going on, Elijah. It don't matter what the fuck is happening. You can have peace. You can enjoy life regardless of what the fuck is going on around you. I don't give two fucks about the chaos and the bullshit. I don't give a fuck if you're going through a divorce. I don't give a fuck what they telling you. You just got fired or they're going to let you go. I know that's nerve-wracking. I know that's stressful. But you got to learn to shut the fuck up and get outside of your fucking emotions. You got to learn to shut the fuck up. Get outside of your fucking feelings. And you got to learn how to go within. Learn to dive within yourself. I know that's going to sound rough for some of y'all, especially those of you that have come from a religious background, and they tell you to dive deep into the Bible and pray more and all that other bullshit. You know what I mean? Do what you do. You know what I mean? To each their own. Been there, done that. Shit don't fucking work for me. It didn't work for me. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not the type of person to sugarcoat shit. I'm not the type of person to fake the funk. You know what I mean? I give two fucks what somebody think about me. But it took me a process. It took me a while to get to this place. It took me a while to be going through hell and chaos at the same time, not knowing where my next meal was going to come from, not knowing where I was going to be able to stay at. Because I've been homeless and all this other shit, not knowing what the fuck was going on. But being able to go within. Being able to go within myself. Like when I was scuba diving 15 feet up under the water. We went to like 75 feet down, but at 15 feet, everything changed. And that was an aha moment for me. That was an epiphany for me. That was a life-changing experience for me. I'm going somewhere. Stay with me. So, I've been doing this thing for a while. I've been on this growth and development kick for over 30 years. I still ain't perfect. You know what I mean? I still ain't got everything fucking figured out. I'm still learning some shit. And I'm telling you this because a lot of you are new to this. A lot of you been doing this 4 years, 5 years, 6 months. And you think you've learned a lot, and you have. You've grown a lot. But understand that there's so much more to go. There's so much more to go. So much more to dive deep. God only gives you a little bit at a time. And I understand we all didn't start out at the same place. We all didn't have the same trauma and drama and bullshit we had to navigate and work our way through. I get that. I understand that. But trust and believe, I don't give a fuck how little you had to go through or how much you had to go through. Your motherfucking ass ain't perfect. You ain't perfect. And you're not gonna be perfect. And that's okay. Embrace that. Accept the fact that, man, I'm not perfect. I'm still got shit I gotta work on. I still got shit that I gotta figure out. Showing this to you. The other day, you guys know that I'm in the academy and taking a class, and man, dealing with the penal law and just all this other stuff, right? And there's several people in the class that just, man, they just been irking my fucking nerves. They just been getting on my motherfucking last nerves. Just looking at them was a motherfucking trigger. Just looking at them, just hearing their fucking voice is annoying as fuck. I'm going somewhere, I promise you. Hearing their voice. It's like, man, shut the fuck up already. Nobody wants to hear your fucking mouth. Nobody wants to hear your fucking bullshit. The whole class keeps getting in trouble because you think you fucking know everything. You got all this fucking experience and yet you in the same fucking class with me. Shut the fuck up and let these teachers teach. This shit that be going through my head. So, I came home yesterday. And I did a little ceremony because it's like, man, I gotta understand why these people annoy me so fucking much. Why are they getting on my motherfucking nerves so fucking bad? What is it about me that's annoyed at these motherfuckers so much? I come in early to change into my uniform, and these motherfuckers are already there sitting there laughing and chopping it up and going and just bullshitting. It's like, it's too early in the fucking morning for this shit. I'm not even clocked in, and I gotta hear your motherfucking raggedy ass mouth talking about bullshit. Complaining about this and that, and the class is too hard. And man, like, 3 or 4 weeks ago, I had to tell 2 of them. It's like, man, look, let me tell you something. I spent 3 summers out at Rockaway Beach. Beautiful beach. Beautiful beach. But Rockaway Beach get off the fucking hook sometimes. Rockaway Beach, man, if you could survive Rockaway Beach, man, you can survive anything, you know what I mean? Because people out at Rockaway Beach be on some bullshit sometimes. And I'm sitting there and I'm telling these guys, if you can't handle the instructor and the classroom environment yelling at you and telling you drop and give them 15 push-ups and 20 push-ups, and you guys can't do this and you can't handle the pressure and the stress of an instructor yelling at you in a classroom, how the fuck are you gonna survive on the fucking streets? And you from fucking New York. How the fuck does this shit make sense? You talk all this shit about how bad you are, how tough you are, all your fucking police experience and all this other shit. Now you in a classroom and you got an instructor yelling at you in your fucking face and you can't handle it. They doing too much. It don't take all of that. Motherfucker, it need to be worse than this because your fucking ass ain't getting it. I'm going somewhere, I promise you. I promise you, we going somewhere. And I'm sitting there, it's like, how the fuck can y'all not get this? If you can't handle this, what make you think you're gonna be able to handle these people out on the fucking block, the people out on the fucking street, the people in the fucking parks, the people at the fucking beach, the people that don't give a fuck about you? If they killing fucking cops with guns and all this shit, what the fuck do you think they gonna think about you? These motherfuckers don't give a fuck about cops. These motherfuckers don't give a fuck about correction officers. So I'm sitting there, and because they just got on my nerves since class started. It's like 4 weeks ago, we're all at lunch, and it's like I'm listening to them talking. It's like, man, and so I just go in on them. I'm like, man, if you can't handle this, you're not going to handle the shit on the street. Our instructor in the class ain't that big. If you can't handle him, and he ain't even cussing at you, he ain't even disrespecting you, how the fuck are you gonna handle the civilian population and they smoking and drinking and popping pills and got anger issues and don't give a fuck about authority, and they willing to slap the fuck out you, they willing to knock you the fuck out, they willing to put a fucking shank in your ass, they willing to put a motherfucking bullet in your dome? If you can't handle this shit, you can't handle that shit. This may not be the motherfucking job for you. You can sit here and talk all the shit you want to about, oh, they doing too much, da, 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 da. Nah, they trying to prepare you as best as they can for that shit. For that real shit, that motherfucking gangbanger, that motherfucking dope man, that motherfucking woman that don't give a fuck about a man. And she's willing to beat your fucking ass. And they're looking at me, their eyes all bugged out. And the dude that's been with me for the last 3 summers, he already know what it is. He's sitting there smiling because he's like, man, he's on one, you know what I mean? But he's spitting real shit. But these guys they just met me. They ain't had somebody come at them this way. And so I'm telling them, man, you guys gotta man the fuck up. The fuck you talking about they doing too much? You grown ass man, so you say. And you can't handle the pressure of some guy challenging you. You can't handle the pressure of standing at attention. You can't handle the pressure of having to run 1.5 miles. You can't handle the pressure of them yelling at you and making you drop and give them 20 push-ups. 20 push-ups is going to take all your fucking energy. 20 push-ups is going to take you out the fucking game. Bro, you 20-something fucking years old. I'm 50 fucking 4 years old. I got kids older than you. What the fuck are you crying about? So I'm letting you guys know. I'm just laying the foundation. So these guys, man, they just irked the fuck out of me. Because they ain't grown the fuck up. They ain't changed. They kept getting worse and worse. So I come home yesterday. And I'm sitting there. It's like, God, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it, God? What is it? What is it? And I'm meditating. I hear God say, why are you judging them? I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, well, hold on, what? You know what I mean? I'm trying to understand why they irk me so much. I'm trying to understand why they get on my fucking nerves so fucking bad. I'm trying to understand why they trigger me so much. And God is like, yeah. No, Elijah, the real question is, why are you fucking judging them? You didn't like being judged when people didn't know you. When people had never talked to you and yet they were so judgmental towards you. They didn't know the shit you've gone through. They didn't know your fucking pain and trauma and experiences. They didn't know what you were currently dealing with. And they were so fucking judgmental towards you, tearing you down and talking about what you should have done. And they didn't have a fucking clue. You remember all that? Elijah, you don't know their fucking story. Elijah, you don't know what the fuck they've gone through. Elijah, you don't know what the fuck they going through. You don't know what type of childhood they had. You don't know if their daddy was in their life or not. You don't know what they've gone through. Why they ain't got no fucking discipline. You have no fucking idea. Maybe this young man grew up in a single mom environment and she had no structure, no discipline, and he was able to do what the fuck he want to. And so he can't handle authority figures. He can't handle somebody, a man, telling him what the fuck to do. Because he ain't never experienced that. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what their home life is like. And you're mad because they're not, quote unquote, more man grown up. You're mad because they're not more emotionally mature. You're frustrated because they're always talking. Looking for validation. Looking for fucking attention. You don't know what's caused them to be like that. where they need that attention, where they need to be validated, where they need to be heard, where they need to be seen. You don't have a fucking clue what's made them the way that they are. So why the fuck are you judging them? And when God showed me that about me, it hit me. It hit me. It fucked me up. Because it took me back down memory lane of me being judged harshly by motherfuckers that didn't know me. Me being criticized and put down and all this other shit by people that didn't have a fucking clue what I've gone through. People that didn't have a fucking clue what I was going through. And so I sat there and the tears were rolling down my eyes and I was fucking seriously apologetic. I felt condemned. I felt ashamed. Because I had been judging these guys and judging them harshly. Because they annoyed the fuck out of me. They never did anything to me. They were just being them. And just them being them was fucking annoying to me. And God had to show me, Elijah, you're annoyed because you're fucking judgmental in regards to them. Why are you judging them? You don't know their fucking story. Yeah, I've been on this growth and development thing for 30 years. A little over 30 years. I've done a lot of work. I've grown up a hell of a lot. I've changed a lot of things about me. I've healed a lot of things about me. And yet these guys, these 4 people, I found myself judging. After all the work I put in, all the meditating I've done, all the ceremonies I've done, all the shadow work I've done, all the people that I've helped, all the people that I've sown life into and inspired and encouraged and motivated and lifted up and been a benefit to, all the people that I've helped. And yet these 4 people, I was judging them. And it took me to yesterday. I've been around these people for 6 weeks. And God showed me yesterday evening, that I was judging them. We're not perfect. We're not ever going to be perfect. Just because you're not going to be perfect don't mean that you accept the fact that and you just keep doing stupid shit. Just because you're not perfect and you're not going to be perfect don't mean it doesn't give you a pass to keep being judgmental. It doesn't give you a pass to keep being fucking lazy. It doesn't give you a pass to keep being fucking trifling. We have to grow the fuck up. We have to acknowledge the fact that, man, I got some ways about myself still. All the shit I've done to change and be a better version of myself. the more you dive, the more it's going to be revealed to you. The more you get connected to Source, God, the universe, the Most High, the more you're going to acknowledge and realize there's bits and pieces about you that you still need to work on. There's a little bit of residue of this shit over here. There's a little bit of residue of this shit over here. There's a little bit of this shit over here. There's a little bit of doubt over here. There's a little bit of insecurity over here. You got a tad bit of fear over here. You got a tad bit of prejudice over here, or whatever the case may be for you. It is what it is. We got to grow the fuck up. This is part of growing the fuck up. Where you can be transparent and honest about you. See, so many people want to walk around and act like they got everything fucking figured out. They want to walk around like, I'm so enlightened, I'm so holy, I'm so sanctified. I'm such a beacon of love, such a beacon of light, and such a beacon of, I'm a child of God, I'm a chosen one, and all this other bullshit. And they don't want to acknowledge the fact that they still got work to do. They don't want to acknowledge the fact that they're still not fucking perfect. They don't want to acknowledge the fact that they still got some hoish ways about them. They don't want to acknowledge the fact that, man, they still got some lusts about them. They still got some jealousy about them. Or whatever else they got. Greed or whatever. There's not one of us that's perfect. I don't give a fuck how good you look. I don't give a fuck how great your platform is. I don't give a fuck how well you're able to articulate yourself. There's not one of us that's perfect. There's not one of us that got all this shit figured out. It's a process. We're on a journey of self-discovery. Man, we got to grow the fuck up. And it is what it is. Hope and pray that says something to encourage you. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.